Michael Smith, Sadie Luckett, Eugene Brady, Teresa Thomas, Reginald O'Connor, Willie Smothers, and Brooklyn's sister, Summer Brown. Thank you all, appreciate it. First item on the agenda is consider approval of minutes from the previous meeting held on Thursday, June 4, 2026.
Motion to approve. Second.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Poe?
Yes.
Mr. Mack?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 2 is consider approval of funding the county attorney's office of $9,000 for child support office salaries and benefits. These funds will be reimbursed. Lisa, you want to kind of copy?
Yes. The court, hopefully the court remembers, year before last, I'd asked if the court would allow, so that we could be able, if, at the end of the fiscal year, if our budget wasn't sufficient, so that I could go ahead and hire another person to allow us to tap into the federal portion of funds, so that I could go ahead and hire another person, because we can tap into a federal portion of it. And the court said that they would go ahead and grant that. Last year I didn't have to do it because I hired that person in December, so I had enough to last. But this year I will need $9,000 so that I can finish up till June. So if the court would do that, then I can reimburse whenever we get reimbursed. They actually only reimburse 66%, but with what I have already paid, and then when I get the July, I can reimburse the court for that.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Marion?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Poe?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 3 is to consider approval for the project to reduce the embankment obscuring the event center. I know a lot of people have commented about how that if you go out there, the embankment sets up, higher than the building. And whenever we originally started that project, we had asked if that bank could have been reduced at that time. And at that time, we were told no, it can't be done. That's going to be a main water line, and between now and when we did the project, it's changed. Now they went around a different route for the main water line, and the only line in that serves is our building. So that whole area from the entrance off the bypass across from Maker's Mark can be done, which was 1,500 feet. The Industrial Foundation agreed to do their 750 feet this morning at their meeting, and that leaves our 750 feet. The worst case scenario on that project would be $15,794.25. The water company's going to do it with our assistance to remove the dirt. The state required us to do a encroachment permit. Nathan King said it would be from $2,000 to $4,000 to do that, because they've got to have drawings to show the new elevation. They've got to have estimates of how much dirt is going to be taken away and put somewhere else. So we had to get an engineer involved. So those are the costs of the pipe. It's $13.51 a foot. So the only cost basically is the pipe. It should have been done. I agree, when it was originally, we tried, couldn't get it done. So we will have to pay for it either way. But it will definitely, the elevator, Jimmy was out there, you'll be able to see, basically the needle's gonna come down about 5 feet. And then we can put our sign up out there, and you'll be able to see our building. So, it was something we wanted to do from the beginning of the project, and, just wasn't able to get them to do it. So now they said they could, so I think it's time that we do it. So that's my.
We've had the sign donated.
The sign, been donated,
We
yeah.
definitely need to lower that heat.
So
Makes the building a lot more visible, too.
Yes.
I talked to the state today, and they're just waiting on the drawings of what we're gonna do. Like I say, that work's gonna be done in the state right away, so there's guidelines you gotta follow, and they said it wouldn't be a problem after we did the right steps, so that's where we're at.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Pope. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Marion.
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland.
Yes.
Mr. Bud.
Yes.
Unanimous.
All right, the next one is consider the proposed names for the ethics board. Lisa, you wanna explain what we're doing here?
Yes, there is to be an ethics committee, and, there has not been an official committee for quite some time. So it is necessary for us to appoint an ethics committee. And the best way that I know to do it is, like we said last time, for each magisterial district, each magistrate to nominate one person. And they do stagger their terms. So my proposal, to be fair, so that we're not actually picking the person to serve different terms, is to draw like I recommended. So I asked Chad to give me the names of each magistrate with their district numbers, because I can never remember the official numbers because they're odd. So I've actually cut those up and put those in an envelope, and I think it's probably more impartial if somebody like either Hal or Jane draws them out, so nobody can say, well, they picked a certain person to be on that board for a longer period of time. Because once the term is up, then you would, obviously change that term. So I would recommend that we first pick which districts have the 4-year term, which ones have the 3, and then obviously the magistrates are gonna nominate which ones they want for that term, would be my recommendation. I assume each magistrate has their person that they're gonna nominate for that, and then the court would actually pick that. Does each magistrate have their person?
Yes.
Anybody that doesn't have their person? Everybody ready for that part of it? Okay, that's what I would propose we do.
Maybe you automatically reappointed,
Do what?
maybe get a 1-year term, today automatically reappointed.
Well, at the end of that term, you would have to recommend to nominate them for another term at the end of their term. At the end of their 1-year term. So, because their term would end, you would have to recommend to renominate them. Right, right. I totally
It's a
agree.
high-paying job.
Right. So I put these in here, so Jane, since you're closer, if you want to draw out the first one. So this will be for the 4-year term, the first, there's actually 2 for,
It's District 1, Joe Pat.
okay? So
So he's getting how many years?
that will be a 4-year term. There's actually 2 4-year terms. And so there will be another 4-year term.
And this one is Caleb.
Okay, so his is the other 4-year term. Okay, and then the next one's a 3-year term.
Larry.
Okay,
Or Snook.
There you go.
That's a what, 3-year?
3-year, and then the next one is a 2-year term.
And that's Craig's.
Okay. And then,
Not even going.
last but not
Tell you what,
least,
girl, you're in my hometown now.
yeah,
No way park, no phone, no horse houses down
And
here.
of course, the last one is Jackie.
Jackie would be the 1-year term.
That's why you asked about what each 1-year term is.
Yeah, he was prepared for it.
Yeah, I'm already,
Except
That was a Freudian guess, I guess. So at this point, I guess to start out with District One, the 4-year term, Joe Kirkland, if you wanna recommend for nomination your person for the Ethics Committee.
Liz Morrison.
I'm sorry,
Liz Morrison.
Liz Morrison. Okay. And then Caleb, who would you recommend for the other 4-year term from your district?
Billy Adams.
Billy Adams, okay. And then, Snook, who do you recommend for your
Tracy
district?
Baker.
I'm sorry,
Tracy Baker.
Tracy Baker. Okay, and then Craig, who do you recommend from your district for the 2-year term?
Terry Smith.
Terry.
St. Joe Terry Smith.
T. Okay. And then, Jackie, who do you recommend from your district for the 1-year term?
Loretta Scotty Smith, not Scott Smith, I tried that one.
Okay, okay. Did you get that, Chad, or do you want a copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that would be the recommendation, so then the court would need to to vote on whether or not they accept that as the slate for the ethics committee.
Lisa, when will this be effective?
I would say July 1st, that way it easily comes up every year, and then it'll need to be documented. Of course, next July 1st, Scotty Smith's term would come up, and they would need to decide whether to reappoint Scotty Smith for an additional term or somebody else from District 4.
Anyways, I had enough too long.
Right, right.
So we need to make a motion to approve these names,
Correct.
these people.
Right.
Motion to approve these people to this position. Second.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Kirk?
Yes.
Mr. Buck?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Mr. Bowles?
Yes.
Unanimous.
So we're good to go.
Mhm.
Thank you all.
So,
Appreciate it.
question on it, when do they get together to make
Whenever
some kind of
there's-
meeting or something?
Well, when somebody brings up an issue that has to be addressed by them, then they would be notified, and then they can determine when they will meet.
One more question. They don't have to be sworn in.
I don't believe so, but I'll double check that. Yeah, if so, then I'll double check that.
I think that's kind of why it got dropped somewhere in the whole, over the years, was there was no complaints at the end of the day, so, I mean,
There was no formal
not
complaints
defending
made.
anything, but there was
Right.
never any issue that required any kind of, anything to be done, so, now we know, so.
Right.
That was like 19 years ago since there's been one or something around that.
Right, it's not
Before
been
any of
while
us were
I,
in that office.
Right.
So,
right, and I double checked with Joe. He said there used to be one and they had some, but yeah. So,
all right. Next item, number 5, is consider approval of the disbursement for $736,822 from Emergency Communications and Radio System Project.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Bowles? Mr. Kirk?
Yes.
Mr. Buck?
Yes.
Unanimous.
We're probably about, I don't know, I'd say a month to month and a half of completion on this project. That we're waiting on the backup, dispatch at EMS, so I think that's kind of where they're running into a few hurdles, and, but we're getting ready to get all that resolved, so it'll be complete within, I'd say, the next couple of months is the plan. Next item, consider approval of the budget appropriations transfer. Kevin, you want to kind of tell them what we're doing here, just to clarify in case somebody has any questions?
The appropriation transfer?
Yes.
Yeah, that is just transferring between line items in a budget. The overall budget for the departments, the road department, EMS, general fund does not change. When we set a budget, we think the asphalt's gonna be this amount, or repairs, the equipment will be this amount and it's more, so, but we've got some line items that we don't spend all the money, so we just transfer between line items to balance out each line item. So that's what this does.
It's not an amendment, it's just appropriation.
Yeah, he's already balanced it.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Bowman? Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Marion?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 7, consider approval of wage adjustment of $1 per hour increase for most county employees effective July the 1st.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bowman?
Yes.
Mr. Marion?
Yes.
Unanimous.
And the reason that says most is as you know, part-time EMS is on a different pay scale, so they're not changing, and part-time student workers are changing.
Number 8, last week, I guess it was last Tuesday, we had another, about a 3.5 inch downpour in, I think you had another day, didn't you, Jack? Down in,
It's more about 2 hours, we had 2.5 inches. And one left, one go, had another half inch. Then there's plenty of rain out there.
down on Stringtown Road, I know Jimmy's been down there, we just put that tile in,
3 or 4 years ago.
and it's not big enough. At the end of the day, the watershed right there, we had a guy do some hydraulic studies, and he said it was not very big enough, so we applied for some emergency funding, and we got $81,800 to do it, so, if we don't do something, it's gonna continue to cause problems, so we got emergency funding, and we applied for it, we got it, so.
What is?
When we put it in, we put a 60-inch in, you know, we thought it was big enough. With the rains we get these days, I mean,
What do you think the total cost would be?
we done some figuring, we thought 106, but I don't know if 106 is gonna do it or not.
It's gonna be tough to get to.
We're gonna have to get some bid now.
It's gonna be tough to
Yeah.
get.
And it is what it is, it's gotta be fixed.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Bowman? Mr. Marion?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 9 is to consider approval to request approval to advertise for bids for the Stringtown Road project.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bowman? Mr. Marion?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 10 is we do this every year with SWEDA, which is the Economic Development Authority over in Washington County. We got an agreement for them to participate in our career center, and it's roughly $15,000 a year that they give us and to do so. So it helps with, a lot of stuff, and it really helps them, and they're our neighbors, and we need to help them. So they're getting a bargain, but we are getting $15,000 out of Washington County. So that's what that is.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Bowman? Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Marion?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Number 11, we're always having issues with our cameras all over the county, and this is to repair the ones here at the building. DCS Alarm Company for $1,887.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Marion?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Bowman? Unanimous.
Number 12 is the request from the Marion County Sheriff's Office for an advancement of $320,000 from the budget amount of $924.90 to aid in the payment of payroll liabilities and department expenses for the first quarter of fiscal year 26-27, which can't be paid until July 1st. The Sheriff's Department is on a calendar year, and we're on a fiscal year, and it makes it it puts them in a little bind for a few months until the first meeting of the year for us is over. So that's as soon as July 1 hits, they need their money. That's what this is.
We're just approving money for next month.
Exactly right.
Well, they have a payroll the 3rd, which we're second, and that's when our meeting is, I think, 3rd is the holiday.
Yeah, so
And we'll
Mr. Kirk?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Bowles? Mr. Madden?
Yes.
And Mr. Bud?
Yes.
Item number 13 is to consider approval of budget transfer of the amount of $50,000 to the EMS fund.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Madden?
Yes.
Mr. Bud?
Yes.
Mr. Bowles? Mr. Kirk?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item 14 is department reports. Jimmy?
Yes, sir. The box covers on Sam Browning and Poacher Creek, they opened up, everything looks good. M&J done it. Next week, Paul Shoemaker, the two big tiles that we talked about is, one of them's gonna be delivered Monday. And we're gonna start working on them Tuesday. Everybody's got to pick up garbage Monday, so Tuesday, we're gonna start working on them, and it'll probably take me 2 or 3 days to get them done. This week, we've done a little job down on Pat's Fallen and uploading, removing tree lines, putting ditches in, sight distance. It really turned out good. Started the second round of bush hogging around the county. And if y'all know of any bad spots that need to be hit sooner than we're gonna get there, just reach out to me and Aaron and get them in that way. 'Cause I know Johnson Gray, some of it's growing worse place than others. Everything else is all right. But y'all got anything?
Stay dry.
Huh?
Stay dry, John.
Stay dry. Right.
Anything this afternoon, anything to wash out?
No, not bad. I rode down Stringtown. No, everything loaded hell pretty good. Got a couple trees down. Other than that, that was it.
What about the garbage trailer? Any updates?
On what? The garbage trailer?
They said anything?
The garbage trailer? He's supposed to meet with me in sometime in July. He's wanting me to go look at it before they bring it up here. So, whenever he calls, I'll tell y'all if we're gonna go or not.
But they'll have it done that week?
He said in July, he'd see if I wanna go look at it, 'cause they don't wanna bring it up here and it's not gonna satisfy. So I might be asking y'all to take about a week's period.
I'd say it'd be okay, 'cause I don't believe you stay gone with it.
Starting to go with 2 weeks.
2 weeks, man, whatever y'all broke. Thank y'all.
Sharon, do you want to stay?
Keith?
I don't have anything extra unless you all have questions about something.
Tony?
On the house, it's all the units are up and running with no issue. Building maintenance, we had the overhead doors from 3 and 4, we have new motors put in, new tracks put in, they've been installed and working properly. Last week, we had all that rain, we got some water in the basement, I found that the one sump pumps wasn't working.
I seen that pump. It's old.
So I got Stanley down there, we got it replaced. Personnel, NPAs, Alex Mann and Amber J. Cole, they've been accepted into a ECTC paramedic program, with classes starting in August 2026. And hopefully in 14 months, we'll have 2 more paramedics. They're currently on the day truck, so that, one of them passes, we'll have an extra med during the day. So that's a big rate for the growing of the future for EMS in our county. I-65 shut down, so starting June 1st, I-65 was shut down for road work. We were a little bit concerned on the travel time on transfers. It just happens that it's only increased our transfer times by about 30 minutes. We'll continue to work with Springview on getting all the transfers sent to Danville or Lexington, whatever possible. And the last on there is Casey County Water storage. I was contacted a couple days ago, and basically, we don't have to do anything, just be a drop-off place for anybody who wants to drop off water. She's gonna reach out, this particular lady, her name is Lindsay Phillips, and, I attached her email to the back of the thing, but basically, they're gonna be reaching out to different advertisements to get people bringing in water.
Really low up there.
Yeah.
That same note there, Tony, they, Brush Creek Fire Department, Casey County, reached out to Browardale, asked us to respond mutual aid with them because of their water, if they have a structure fire, because of their water shortage. So whatever Brush Creek Fire Protection District is, Browardale will be helping them out.
What are they gonna, I mean, what's the long-term plan with them? I mean, are they,
I don't know what their long-term plan is, but that Lake Liberty is extremely dry. I mean, they also, then Liberty Water sells to East Casey Water District. So they put them, I think, and this is just social media posts, but like 2,000 gallons per month is what they're trying to limit these houses to. They've had to cancel their dairy show because they don't have enough water, and it's just, but I don't know if they'll eventually, if they wanna do pumps, or if it's a new lake they're doing, or if they're gonna do pumps from the river to keep their lake full, or what their long-term strategy is. This is, and then, so I mean, they've got some issues they've got to sort through.
yeah, that's tough. That's a tough situation with that.
And then like in the, part of the western part of Casey County is, their water comes from Campbellsville water. So I know it's like the Dry Creek area, but I don't know how big a line that is, or how much that county supplies, or if it can be pushed on up through, I don't know all that ins and outs.
We're blessed with good water here.
Yeah, we
I
have.
think really 4 different sources, so.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, just looking what they're facing, it seems like it's the same stuff we faced here back in 1987, before Fagan Branch, and even more recently since that line from Campbellsville.
Yeah.
You think it was all about digging?
Yeah, I remember, when we was in high school, they were come around, write you tickets, we got caught washing your car.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come a long way, it's a good thing. Well, whatever we can do to help them, I feel like it's, I mean, that ain't much to ask. If anybody got any water from Casey County, take it to you,
I
man.
got plenty down home.
Sound like they need drinking water and
Yeah.
whatever kind of water they can get, so.
How is Jim doing?
He goes back to the doctor, he goes to the eye doctor the 26th of this month. So he'll have some more answers soon. Better than it was.
Well, that's about it.
Rebecca?
Been a good couple of weeks. Last week I was in Frankfurt for some training at the State Emergency Operations Center. I've almost got my required hours in for the year. I also went to Hope Summer Camp earlier this week. They, 1 week out of the summer, they do safety weeks, so they bring in your fire departments, I think law enforcement came in, and EMS. So I did some FEMA kids preparedness activities with them and showed them the drone, which is, obviously their favorite part. But that was a good time with the kids. And yesterday I was the guest speaker for the library's Lunch and Learn Civics. So if you haven't watched that recording, please feel free. Made a couple of jokes, I thought it was pretty good. But big thing, I had Ed from Sirens for Cities out with me today, and we inspected all of the poles that currently have sirens attached. Every single pole is in great shape, which means we can put new sirens on those existing poles, so we save money. The bid that we got the bid included brand new poles being installed. So I should hear back from Ed, tomorrow's holiday, so I should hear back from Ed by middle of next week on how much that is going to save us. We also talked about having the city of Loretto, instead of installing a new siren for $30,000, they could add a controller to the current siren they have at the firehouse, which will give them the automatic activation and the two-way report back system. The only thing it doesn't do for them is provide the battery backup frees up a siren to be placed elsewhere in the county. I think it's a great idea. Happy to pitch it to Loretto City Council, but I'm sure they would also love to hear from this, elected officials group.
Does the fire station have to have a backup generator spot? I know that,
Yeah,
I think all do.
they do. Yeah, they do.
Do they have one?
They have a backup
I'm pretty sure
generator.
there's a-
Well, I know the city hall does. Actually, I'm not 100% sure on it. The city hall does. I'm thinking they do, but I'm not.
I know city hall.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's automatic, but
So who said they had
All right.
this backup generator down in Florida?
That was what I heard today, but I'll double check with Bobby Joe.
Okay, Bob, you all know.
I mean, if that's what Bobby Joe told you, he would know.
Well, he's not the one who told me, but I'll double check with him.
I'm pretty sure they do, but like I said, I'm not for sure it's automatic.
No, not like the
Like
city hall.
the city hall and all that.
Okay.
No, I'm 98% sure it's not automatic.
It's something
I
they
mean,
have to
we
do.
could run the electricity to that siren off of City Hall. Buildings are so close, it doesn't have to be run off the firehouse, but it's an option to consider to get us essentially an extra siren with automatic activation on that two-way quarterback system.
One thing on that, Loretto is applying for grants to build a new firehouse,
Yep.
which,
Yeah, we did talk to Bobby Joe about that today, and he believes that they'd be moving the siren with them to the new place if they do. But that is, when I spoke with them about a month ago, Jackie and I were at their city council meeting, that was something we mentioned, keep in mind.
They got a location? Yeah.
3 possible locations. I mean, of course, that's step 12, we're on step 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they got 3 possible. One of them is the new clock tower. One of them is behind that. The city actually owns that. Beautiful Loretta County has control of it, but that's one possible spot. Another one is, you know where the mural is? Behind the current city hall where Roosevelt 52? That's another spot. Beautiful Loretta actually owns that one too. But the spot that one engineer, which this is an engineer to just offer the services, is actually where the basketball court is, the old tennis court. To the left of it is kind of where they're saying would be the easiest spot, but I don't know that everybody's gonna be on board for that, but we'll see. Because, I mean, in my opinion, yes, it's a good spot, but it's still, you're gonna have issues 2 or 3 times a year with the parking and the same issues we're running into now,
Yeah.
because it's still right there. But it's better than where it is, but anyway, like I said, that's, we do have some possibilities, but that's, like I say, that's step 12 and we're on step 1, so.
Yeah. Good thing.
And the way I take it is, you're the next council man in Florida, before y'all stop there.
Well, or right ends, I guess.
Anybody like?
I did sign up, so what, you know.
We will be the new council member down
Good thing. Sounds good. Hope they get it. Get a good shot at it, I understand. So that's all.
Yeah, it's, everything looks pretty good. I mean, the preliminary numbers are the city's gonna have to come up with a little over $200,000.
That's pretty good for a new fire.
Yeah, the grant's 850, 875, something like that. But, between 200 and 300 is what the city's, as of right now, looking at. So,
Good deal. Good deal. Thanks, Scott.
So you think possibly we're gonna be able to add that 11 siren?
I hope so, I don't know. I'll find out hopefully by middle of next week how much money we're gonna save because of the, being able to use the existing poles, and those locations for those municipalities are perfect. will tie into our county system, and their radios will be programmed for local controls. They can set off tones if they want to, outside of an official National Weather Service alert. Now, Ed told me they have received 2 large orders, one from Texas and one from Mississippi. So if we were to place an order July 2nd, we'd be looking at a September installation. So if we want to be able to get those in as soon as possible. So if we push it back too much further into July, we might be looking at October before we're able to get them installed. Because everything is made to order, and they start making as soon as they officially receive an order. But that's why they have such a long lifespan.
So we can get them left.
So I mean, worst case scenario, we add more sirens the next fiscal year, and we could cover more of the county. That's all I got for you today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Candy's not here. I did go out to the construction site. I guess this is Monday. It's coming to life. I don't know if they got the trusses set. Anybody, Jimmy, they got the trusses set out there, you know? They didn't set the trusses. They were planning on trying to do it today, actually, but I guess the rain.
The wall inside, they haven't done the wall inside it yet.
But it looks really good. It looks really good. It's growing. It looks bigger than when it first started. I was a little bit concerned with the size, but it's growing. It looks good. Terry?
Sorry I arrived late. I've been working on the rapid response. We're gonna do a rapid response for the meat market, Lebanon Meat Market on July 23rd, Tuesday. All staff from Lincoln Trail, from the Unemployment Department of Oak Rehab, Employment Services, Adult Ed, all of us, and WEO are all coming together to meet all 12. So far we have 12. There probably will be dislocated. The last day, I think it's tomorrow, so we're gonna have our sessions on Tuesday to help with that dislocation. So, that's what I've been working on. I'm sorry I was late. But we're busy with employment, busy with training. We're doing a lot of work experiences. If anybody wants to have a worker, it's 18 to 24-year-olds that are out of school youth. They're not attending college or in high school. The work experience program, they pay 400 hours of a worker. So if anybody's interested, give me a call, or Kendra. She is going to work sites trying to get all the work site agreements. Is
They
anybody
pay
interested? 400 hours. 400 hours, yeah. That's pretty good. We kind of did one with the county one time.
Yeah, so you get basically 10 weeks of free employment.
Yes. Yes, and it's based on your hours. I mean, it could be whatever hours, but once the 400's over, it's over. You can keep the person, or you don't have to keep. And if that person, the youth or whoever, you hire adults, if they're not doing like what they're supposed to do, you can let them go. No attachment at all. So just keep that in mind. We're working hard for that. It's pretty good. It was 360, they went up to 400 hours. That's pretty good.
Anything else, all right? Brandon?
Yeah, just a couple things. We had 8 inmates that started the 10 essential skills class today with ECTC. They will be, they attended 4 hours today. They'll attend 4 hours next Thursday. And then their last day, they will spend with the Career Center doing some resume workshop and interviewing skills. So we have 8 local people that are getting those job skills ready to be employed when they get released. Jessica Bickett, the co-chair of the Heartland Coalition, and I met with the staff at Community Action last week and just wanted to kind of talk to them about some of the initiatives that Heartland Coalition has going on, and also about the community support specialist role. and we just brainstorming ideas on how we can better collaborate to assist the individuals that are in need. Terry and I also met with Laura Vessels. Laura is with WellCare of Kentucky Medicaid, and she had reached out and said they had some barrier relief funding specifically for transportation needs related to employment. And through our conversation, she had wanted to donate $2,500 to the Marion County Heartland Coalition Emergency Assistance Fund. So we were able to secure those fundings. So we've got some type of money to provide individuals that may need that for transportation services. Speaking on the Emergency Assistance Fund, we have been able to collaborate with the Marion County Sheriff's Office on one individual that needs to get back to their hometown. Has actually came to Marion County 6 to 8 months ago and wanted to get back to Michigan, and so we were able to provide them a bus ticket all the way back to Michigan to get them back where they need it. Also was able to support an individual who had lost their housing and is seeking to find a new place to live. So we were able to give some funding there to get them in a better place than they are right now, and so they can try to work on finding alternative housing in the next couple of weeks. With that, you know, we've got a couple different summer programs that are going on for the Lights Out, Nights Out. There's one that is going to happen on June the 24th. It's going to be pickleball and pizza at Graham Memorial Park from 5 to 8. So if anybody's available to come by, you can come by and get some pizza and maybe play some pickleball. Y'all have any questions?
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Will?
You all have my report in front of you, but I'm just going to hit a couple of the high notes. We wrapped up the Family Resource Center camp today. I think it was a pretty good success. We had about 15 to 20 kids each day. Today we wrapped it up with the FRC Olympics, which was a lot of fun. I put some pictures on Facebook earlier, so if y'all get a chance to go back and look at those, you'll see the kids had a lot of fun. Our next big event is going to be the RK Classic Sportsman Show, which used to be our gun and knife show, but Facebook won't let them put that on there, so now it's a sportsman show. We're set for July 11th and 12th. They put out all kinds of advertisements. They'll hit it real heavy the week before, so I'm looking for a lot of people like our last gun show. They're going to rent 3 courts instead of 2 this time. So we're officially a go with Little Mania Wrestling All-Stars, August the 31st. The tickets are on sale online, and we have the tickets out at the event center. So we'll probably, I've got some tickets to give away on the radio, so we'll be pushing that. Probably in the next week or so, we'll start going out and talking to radio stations and kind of pushing that pretty heavy. So working with J&J All-Star Sports Cards, trying to bring a sports card and collectible show to town. It's a company from Indianapolis, Indiana that contacted me, said they heard about our facility, wanted to know if we would be interested in putting on a card show. I said yes. I think that would be a great thing. There's nothing like that around here, you know, on the scale of what we could do. So I'm working with them. They're supposed to get back with me next week to kind of iron some stuff out. That's pretty much, I mean, we're Ham Days. We got Ham Days events that we're working on with the Ham Days committee. Working on a reptile expo. Jeremy loves spiders, so we're hoping that they bring a lot of spiders. But other than that, our ATM, I think we have a solution for that if I could get approval for it. We won't have to do any modifications as far as to the building. We have a line that's already in the wall right behind one of our drink machines. We would just scoot the drink machine down and put the ATM right beside of it, and that would plug it in and everything. So there's outlets there, electrical outlets and internet outlets. So wouldn't be an issue at all. We wouldn't have to do any modifications to the building. So I just need approval for that. I think I know we went over that contract, and that was our big thing. I don't know if you have any other questions or.
You okay with all that, Lisa?
That was the biggest concern I had, is having to go through the expense of that.
Yeah, and this solution cuts out any expense on our part. So,
We definitely want to make it where people can have access to funds, so.
right, especially with the gun show coming up.
Yes. Motion to approve.
Mr. Bishop,
Yes.
Mr. Cole, Mr. Butler,
Yes.
Mr. Kirk,
Yes.
Mr. Marion,
Yes.
Mayor.
Thank you, gentlemen. The last thing I got, I need a few things equipment wise. I need a new table cart. One of our table carts is broken. And we move a lot of tables between the rooms and getting ready for parties, so I need a new table cart. Stainless steel table for our office area. Pepsi brought us a refrigerator, and right now I've got it sitting on Pepsi crates. Doesn't look very good, so I just need a little metal table to set that, because we sell drinks out of the window now when the concession stand's not open. A new backstop barrier net, that's just normal equipment that we use. Kids get their feet wrapped up in it, and they tore some of our equipment up. It's just replacing what I had before. New 16-inch clock. One of the kids hit one of our clocks with the basketball, busted it all to pieces, so I need to replace that clock. And then I need new toilet paper holders, dispensers. We're going to order stainless steel ones this time, because the plastic ones we order, we're having to replace them so much that these won't have to be replaced. Well, they're not the two big rolls. It's I don't know. It's about like that. It's got springs, and we spend so much time trying to fix them, and they bust them off the walls, and then I have to order new ones. So I'd like to just do away with the plastic ones and order the stainless steel ones. It's even got a place that you can sit yourself in, so it's pretty fancy.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Bishop,
Yes.
Mr. Butler,
Yes.
Mr. Marion,
Yes.
Mr. Kirk,
Yes.
Mr. Cole. Unanimous.
Thank you all. Any questions?
You'll give me free tickets?
We can certainly try. You got to win them off the radio, though.
I'm doing that with them. She can win.
Thank you, Will. Brooke?
Yeah, the only thing I really have is just, update on the bypass development. We were supposed to have asphalt last week, on Tuesday, but you'll know it came a monsoon, so we weren't able to do that. So I think they're working on other projects now, obviously not today, but we've kind of fallen back into line, so I'll await our turn again, but hopefully in the next week or two, we'll have blacktop on our road. So really excited about that. And then, of course, we're gonna do our part, like David was talking about, on cutting the bank down, on the remainder of our property, starting at the edge of your all's property down towards the Hampton Inn. So I really think that that's gonna make things look a lot better. It's gonna make it even more marketable. We have a lot of questions about why we weren't able to do that in the first place, and we wish that we would have been able to, but unfortunately, we were just told otherwise, and so we said, okay, it has to be this way, but thankfully, we can do it now, and so, we're happy to get that done, so. It's been a kind of a rough couple weeks for me, and just appreciate the support from Fiscal Court. I know you all sent something to the funeral home, and wanted to say thank you all for that. And during visitation, I looked up, and the line was just so long, all night long. We talked to a lot of people, and we really felt the support and the love from the community and our family and friends. And then I see David and his family standing in line. I had no idea that they were coming. That really meant a lot to me. So thank you all for your support. Appreciate it.
Tough time. Thank you. We have Darren Thompson. You still get here with us, so you missed the water top garbage. So
Okay, sorry about that.
Casey County is, their situation, so they've reached out to the EMS and need any kind of water, they can get drinking water, anything, so.
Gotcha. And anything we can do to
E&W about done boards?
No, E&W has several more boards to do.
If possible. Anyway, they pay their bills.
Yes.
It's amazing what they do.
Yes.
How it all works.
I think they brought 5 loads last week.
Mhm.
Jim just sent me an update every week.
Yes.
I think I can't one of the guys.
Gotcha.
Just,
Right. Yeah, they have several more boards to do. They are a boring company. They're kind of nationally known for some of their larger boards that they do. And when it's practical, they like to bore in as much pipe as they can.
I asked him what was the biggest to do, and he told me 30 inch.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Appreciate it.
But that new water pipe, that's amazing what they do with it.
Right.
Good deal. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
All right, under new business, consider approval of the annual revision of policies and procedures for the Marion County Detention Center.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Kirk.
Yes.
Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Mr. Bowden. Mr. Manning.
Yes.
Unanimous.
And also, the Conservation District budget for 26-27. Consider approval of the Conservation District budget.
Motion to approve.
Mr. Manning.
Yes.
Mr. Bowden. Mr. Kirk.
Yes.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Unanimous.
This is the last meeting of the fiscal year, so I think there's some, I know you all got some other stuff y'all want to do, so.
I'd like to use $150 of my special money for the City of Nowhere fireworks.
Second.
Mr. Bowden. Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Mr. Kirk.
Yes.
Mr. Manning.
Yes.
Unanimous.
I'd like to give the Heartland Coalition $1,000 for a logo night. I think it's really good what you all do for the kids and having events and things for them. I'd also like to give $1,000 for the Raywood Park for some maintenance and things that they're doing, and $1,000 to the Raywood Fire Department for some equipment.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Kirk.
Yes.
Mr. Manning.
Yes.
Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Mr. Bowden.
Yes.
Unanimous. Or Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Unanimous.
And I need to do Florida fireworks, Scott down there, $1,400 for Florida fireworks, and $462 for the Christmas parade this fall. They started a new committee down there to get all that on track. 82 cents, put it back in the budget.
I'll give it to you.
$1,862 total.
You give it 82 cents a year.
Thank you.
That's
Go
big.
back again.
Yeah, we got on to it first, right?
Motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Second, Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Manning.
Yes.
Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Mr. Kirk.
Yes.
Mr. Bowden. Unanimous.
And I want to use the remaining of my project funds, $700 to purchase some school committee.
Motion to approve.
792,
Thank you.
Second.
Now again, Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Mr. Manning.
Yes.
Mr. Bowden. Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Kirk.
Yes.
Unanimous.
I would like to give $1,000 for the Heartland Coalition for a local night and $500 for the Loretta for the fireworks.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Kirk.
Yes.
Mr. Bowden. Mr. Manning.
Yes.
Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Anybody, anybody else have anything?
Motion to pay the bills then.
adjourn, we'll have fireworks shows, they do a lot of awesome shows.
And we do have Raywick Homecoming June 27th as well.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Bishop. Mr. Craig.
Most valuable items are protected, secure, and always close to home. Affordable, secure, trusted for generations. Citizens Bank and Trust of Lebanon, protecting what matters most. Member FDIC.